Hey guys, Ross here, welcome back to the channel. Now guys, in today's video we're going to be counting down the top 3 safe rooms on Farm. Now if you're new to the game and you haven't really experienced the maps yet, Farm will be the first one you do. And it can be quite treacherous, especially nowadays. Everyone is running pretty high level gear. It seems to be the most popular map. You've got spawn campers, you've got safe campers, you've got people that just run around like it's absolutely mayhem. Anyway guys, if you do manage to play Farm quite a lot, you learn the layout and stuff like that, it is a really good map to play. It's very sort of an all-round map with various angles and different points of interest to have little battles in. But guys, if you're looking for loot and you play Lockdown, or maybe it's not Lockdown, like I'm not playing right now in the clip in the background, there is 3 certain areas with CFC in that you need a key for, which are the best places to go to. And we're going to count these down in this video to hopefully find you some decent loot and make you some coin. But without further ado guys, if you would like the video down below, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We're going to get straight into the list. So guys, what you're looking at right now is the actual layout of Farm. You've got the left side, the right side, which will be the spawns. You've got 2 danger zones in the center, and I've also highlighted all the safes on the map with these orange little dots. Now, there's a couple of free safes you can go for, and there is, of course, locked rooms not on this list, but I'm only counting down the top 3. The top 3 you should go for, and I'm going to show you exactly what keys you need, roughly how much they cost, and where the rooms themselves are. Now it's important to note guys, this entire video is on non-lockdown except Northridge, where I did go on lockdown. So the loot is not representative of what the point I'm trying to make. Obviously when I'm not on lockdown, the loot is a bit lower than lockdown loot, so it's not going to be as good as it would be. You get the picture. Now first of all guys, on Farm we're going to go over to the villa. So guys, in at number 3, the third most popular room to go for is of course the villa main bedroom. Now the villa is on the right hand side of the map, and the key is going to cost you roughly about 60k, 50k, something like that. Not too expensive. I would recommend you go to this on lockdown. There's a spawn right next to it, there's a spawn around the corner, so unless you spawn right next to it, it is a very popular camp spot. You've got a lot of windows on the house and stuff, but inside the room is so much worth it. You've got a safe in there which has a high chance of spawning rare loot. You've got a computer tower which again can have some purple items in, perhaps even a GPU, yellow item, and you've got a quote on the wall which does spawn keys. And of course the villa itself has got a lot of other rooms with lots of things like drawers and quotes and stuff like that to actually find some good stuff in. So this comes in at number 3 out of all the locked rooms on the map. It's the 3rd best on Farm, in my opinion, of course, to actually get some loot out of. So guys, we're going to the direct opposite end of the map here for Grain Trade Barn Office, which is on, like I say, the left hand side of the map. It's the only locked room on this side of the map. Now this one you can spawn next to, but there's lots of spawns around this area, so it's important to be careful if you're going for this one. Now the key is going to cost you roughly the same as the main guest room, the main villa bedroom, like I just said, around about 50 to 60k. But in this room you've got a safe, you've got a computer tower again, and you've got a suitcase, and you've got a chance, especially on lockdown, you saw some items on the table there, of spawning some pretty good, decent, sort of half decent purple items on the actual table as you go in. So it's definitely worth checking this one out. And just remember that people will rush this place, people will camp upstairs, they'll camp the stairs, they'll camp the windows and stuff. It's a very contested area, especially for the loot room and stuff like that. So it's important to know that when you go up here, to pay attention to your surroundings, make sure you don't just run in. People will camp exactly like I'm doing right now, about to kill this guy as he runs through the door, because he has no idea I'm here whatsoever. He was probably coming for the safe room and he's just absolutely got killed there. But yes, it's a very good one. It's number 2 on this list of the 2nd highest sort of loot you can get on this map. Very worth investing in the key. So guys, if you haven't guessed by now, of course number 1 is the motel main guest room key, which is obviously located in the motel danger zone in the very centre of the map. Now it's important to note that this place is probably the most populated area for PvP confrontations, and of course you've got the potential of Ajax and his guards spawning in this area, which actually there were here while I was recording this video, but I try to avoid them if possible. Now, this key is going to cost you around about 600k or more. It's a very expensive key. It could even be up to 800 on the black market if you find it at a certain time of day. But this is obviously non-lockdown, guys. You'll see the loot in a minute when I go up there is not actually very high. I still got about 100k or something like that. But the actual loot on lockdown can be secret documents. It can be vases. It can be, you know, lots of really expensive stuff, because in this room you've got an advanced weapon case, you've got an electronic safe and a regular safe. You've also got a couple of our spawns that spawn on the tables and stuff like that. So it's a very sort of expensive room to go in, and you can find some really good stuff in here if you are lucky. On the spawn, you can see here I'm finding a battery and one of them ruby wings in the electronic safe, and I find a laptop in the other one. So even on normal, still a decent one to actually open up and see what's inside. Now, like I say, guys, people are going to rush this quite early on. You're going to have the scav boss in this area, and it's going to be very, very difficult to actually get the safe room itself. Even if you get there first, I mean, if you've got a safe box, fair enough. You can see the guards are pushing me there, nearly taking me out if I wasn't paying much attention, which thankfully I was actually paying attention. Now the rest of the guards are coming from a different direction. It's just absolute madness. I have to get out of here as quick as possible. Anyway, guys, that has been the list for today. These are the top 3 safe rooms on farm. Preferably blockade, but if you can't manage blockade, especially if you're, say, by yourself or you're a solo player, do go the normal one. You still get some decent stuff. However, I would probably recommend you don't just run normal for the main #1 key, because it's not going to be cost effective unless you get really, really lucky. It's best to do this on lockdown, of course. Find yourself a decent squad, a good squad to go with, so they can help you reach that unscathed. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, you can show this by leaving a like down below, and make sure you have subscribed to the channel. And I'll be doing another video just like this for Valley and Northridge as well, and eventually Port, when I can actually get a hold of the keys, maybe when Season 2 does actually come. Armory I'm not going to bother with, because there's no good room in Armory. They're all good. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.